Shalom, family. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, that's giving all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High God, whose name is Yahweh, Ba'ashem, meaning coming in the name of, and Yahushua, who the world calls Jesus Christ. Usano, I'm from the dirt, and I remember where I'm from. Children of the covenant, here to edify the sheep with another video to the Israel, a Lost Heritage series. This is part 4, the law of fringes, right? All praises to the Most High. Without further ado, let's just get into it. Here we go. Israel, a Lost Heritage, part 4, the law of fringes. Natives wore fringes and tassels. The law of fringes. Why must we wear fringes? Numbers 15, 32, and 41. And while the children of Israel were in the wilderness, they found a man that gathered sticks upon the Sabbath day. Let's stop right here. If you followed through the series, we spoke about how the natives kept the seventh day. This is a serious matter. They spoke about the creation story. They spoke about their God, whose name is Yahweh, right? And he told them to rest on the seventh day, right? These were laws of the Bible that were given to our people. How else would the natives know about this unless they were the children of Israel? But let's continue. So they found a man gathering sticks upon the Sabbath day. Verse 33. And they that found him gathering sticks brought him unto Moses and Aaron and unto all the congregation, and they put him in ward, because it was not declared what should be done to him. And the Lord said unto Moses, the man shall surely be put to death. All the congregation shall stone him with stones without the camp. And all the congregation brought him without the camp and stoned him with stones, and he died, as the Lord commanded Moses. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue. And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye might look upon it, and remember all the commandments of the Lord, and do them, and that ye seek not after your own heart and your own eyes, after which ye used to go a whoring, that ye may remember and do all my commandments, and be holy unto your God. I am the Lord your God, which brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am the Lord your God. We must wear fringes in the borders of our garments with a ribbon of blue throughout our generations. That's forever. So that when we look upon it, we remember all the commandments of the Lord and do them. The Strong's Concordance for fringe here is Strong's H6732. Seat, fringe, tassel, lock, right? Tazayataza. Strong's H6731, a floral or winged-like projection, lock of hair, tassel or fringe lock. The book of Numbers, chapter 15, verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue. The commandment is not to make fringes on the borders of your garments. Salakia, the commandment is to make fringes on the borders of your garments and a ribbon of blue on the fringes of the borders. Deuteronomy 22 and 12. Thou shalt make thee fringes upon the four quarters of thy vesture, wherewith thou coverest thyself. Fringe here is Gedaliah. Strong's H1434, Gadil. From Strong's H1441 in the sense of twisting, twisted threads, tassels, festoons. tassels on clothes, festoons on capitals or columns, what we normally thought were zeets. Deuteronomy 22 and 12 in the NLT. You must put 4 tassels on the hem of the cloak with which you cover yourself on the front, back, and sides. 4 tassels. Yahushua, who the world calls Jesus Christ, wore fringes. Matthew 9:20 and 21. And behold, a woman which was diseased with an issue of blood 12 years came behind him and touched the hem of his garment. For she said within herself, if I may but touch his garment, I shall be whole. Hem. What was she touching? Luke 8:44. Came behind him and touched the border of his garment, and immediately her issue of blood stanched. Border equals fringe. The Greek word used is kraspedon. The same word is used in the Septuagint for fringes in Numbers 15. So scripture is interpreting scripture. Numbers 15 equals fringes. Matthew 9:20 and 21, hem of his garment. Luke 8:44, the border of his garment. Yahushua wore them. Jesus Christ wore fringes. Matthew 14 and 36, and besought him that they might only touch the hem of his garment, and as many as touched were made perfectly whole. Again, kraspedon, fringes. The Strong's Concordance number for kraspedon is Strong's G2899. Kraspedon, meaning fringe, tassel, border, edge of a garment. As for usage in scripture, this is the exact Greek word used in Matthew 9:20, Matthew 14:36, Matthew 23 and 5, Luke 8 and 44, and it directly corresponds to the Hebrew word for fringes, zitzit, commanded in Numbers 15:38 in the Septuagint. The Septuagint uses kraspedon to translate the Hebrew word for fringes. So biblically and linguistically, kraspedon equals zitzit, fringes. There is clear historical and archaeological evidence that many Native American groups wore fringes and tassels on their clothing. This is well documented by explorers, anthropologists, museum collections, and surviving garments. Plains Indians, fringed garments, well documented. Numerous tribes of the Great Plains wore buckskin clothing with long fringes on the sleeves, seams, leggings, shirts, and dresses. The Lakota tribe, the Cheyenne tribe, the Comanche tribe, the Blackfoot. The Smithsonian Institution holds many original 18th and 19th century garments showing extensive fringe decoration. Anthropologists explain that fringe served both decorative purposes, practical purposes, helping water drain from clothes. That's what they're saying. Anyway, southeastern and eastern tribes, tassels and fringe, historical illustrations and surviving clothing from tribes such as the Cherokee Indians, the Creek Muskogee Indians, and the Seminole Indians show tassels attached to belts, sashes, and garments. Colonial era drawings and descriptions recorded these features. Mesoamerican civilizations, right? Now we're getting to the Aztecs, the Inca, the Maya, right? Tassels and codices. Ancient Mexican civilizations, Aztec, Mexica, and the Maya wore garments with tassels and fringed edges. The Florentine Codex by Bernardino des Sagahun includes illustrations of clothing with hanging cords, tassels, decorative edges. Stone carvings and codices also depict tassel ornaments on elite garments. Archaeological textile evidence. Museum textile collections across the Americas contain garments with fringe made from leather strips, fiber tassels, knotted thread ornaments. Examples exist in collections from the American Southwest Pueblo peoples, the Andes Inca textiles, and the North American plains. Anthropologists universally agree that fringe and tassels were common decorative features in indigenous clothing across many regions of the Americas. They appear independently in many cultures worldwide and are not unique to one tradition. In his historic in It is historically proven that Native Americans wore fringes on garments. Native Americans used tassels as decoration. Archaeological, artistic, and preserved clothing confirm this. Look at this. Look at this native brother right here. Fringes. Look at this beautiful work. Let's continue. Look at this. Beautiful patterns. Look at the artistry. This is work, but they wore the fringes. They got better and better in time. So this is proof that the native indigenous people of the Americas before Columbus were wearing fringes. Look at those patterns. Well, all praises to the Most High God. So I hope somebody was edified during the duration of this video, gained some kind of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. This is Israel, a Lost Heritage, Part 4, the Law of Fringes. And I just proved that the native Indians wore fringes, and fringes are a law given to the children of Israel. So unless they were those people, how would they know, right? If the native Indians were already on this land and that's where they were, and Columbus found this land, and these people are just a new people that nobody knows about, how are they following the laws of God, right? Um, I hope, like I said, I hope somebody was edified. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. That's giving all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High God, whose name is Yahweh. Ba'ashem meaning coming in the name of, and Yahweh Shai, who the world calls Jesus Christ. Shalom, family, and I love y'all.